everybody, it's Art Junkie here, Shannon, and today I'm here to start a new series, and it's called Mixed Media 101, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the different mediums that I use in my practice as a mixed media artist, and let you know about them, and compare them, and say what I like about some, and what I like about others, so that's the plan. I'm going to start off with gesso, then I'm going to do gel medium, I'm going to do texture pastes, I'm going to do specialty texture pastes, I'm going to do acrylics, and the different kinds of acrylics, like the high flow, and the open, and the metallics, all different kinds of acrylics. So it'll go on for a few weeks, every Saturday, and I hope it's something that is useful for you guys and that you enjoy. So like I said, I'm going to start with gesso today, and I'm going to pair a bunch of different gessos. We have Dina Wakley's white gesso, I have Deco Art gesso, and I have this cheap kind of gesso I got at some point, Pro Art gesso. This is the kind I'm using right now and have been for quite a while. And I have some black gesso by Dina Wakley, and I have a big bottle of clear gesso from Liquitex. The only other kind of gesso that I don't have here is gray gesso. There's gray gesso, but I don't use it, so I don't have any of it. So to start off with, I'm going to try out the different white gesso. Alright, so I'm going to go through the different gessos I have here. And I'm going to start with the Dina Wakley gesso. I've used this. Put a little bit down there. Now, it's a fairly thick gesso, as you can see. It leaves the brush marks in there. It's I would say it's a thicker gesso for me, although there's heavy gesso, which I don't have any of. Alrighty. Just gonna wipe my brush off here. Okay, this is the Deco Art Media Gesso. And right off the bat, this is very creamy and very white. It's much whiter than this one. It's a bright white. Well, it's very light. Yeah, that's a very light gesso. It's like very creamy. Creamy and very white. And very light compared to this. This is a heavier gesso, this is a lighter gesso. I like this. Really starting to enjoy the Deco Art Media stuff that I've been given as for a trial to my channel. Alrighty, now I'm going to use the gesso that I have been using for the last little while. I haven't opened this one because I'm saving that till these ones are done. This is a Pro Art gesso. It's a cheap one that I got somewhere. And this is a very thick gesso. This is thicker than both of these kinds. Let's see. It's very thick and chunky gesso. So this would be the lightest, the Deco Art. The medium would be the Dina Wakley. And the heavy gesso is the Pro Art. Although it's still not a heavy gesso, because there's such a thing as a heavy gesso, and it's much, much thicker than those. Now, I'm going to move on to the black gesso. I only have a little bit of that, and it's the Dina Wakley stuff, because I don't use it that much. Again, okay, so this is coming out of the tube very thick. Very, very thick. Yeah, this is a very thick gesso, this black gesso. And very black, Very thick, very black, and shiny. Yeah, very shiny. There you can see that. And the last one I'm going to try out is the Liquitex Clear Gesso. Now, what we would use these gessos for is you can use it to prime your canvas. Like, for example, when I did this piece here, it's just a cheap little canvas I got at Walmart, so I primed it with this gesso. The other thing I did when I was doing Art Journal page recently, you might have remembered, was I did a background, and the background was too bright for me, so I added a little gesso, and I braided it on to push things back a little bit in the background of my mixed media piece. So there's a number of reasons why you can use gesso. If, for example, you have a painting and it turns out awful and you don't like it, or you want to cover up a certain part of it, you can use gesso, cover that up and redo it, or you can cover the whole thing up and redo the whole painting. When it comes to black gesso, I use that primarily for when I want to do a black art journal page. So I cover the whole thing in black and then I would go over it. Now the clear gesso, shake it up. Clear gesso has a whole other purpose. As you can see, this is more runny. And if you look, it's absolutely clear. You can't see it. And when it dries, you won't even see those lines in it. The purpose of clear gesso is to give you tooth in your paper. For example, say you want to add something on there and you wanted to grab good, you would put Liquitex Clear Gesso on there, or any kind of clear gesso. The other thing I use clear gesso for is as a barrier between layers. Because say I have a certain layer on my mixed media piece and I don't want that layer to move, I'll add clear gesso over top of it, and then I can add more stuff on top of it without having the bottom layer moving around. So I use that primarily, this gesso primarily for that. So that's it about gesso. If you have any questions about gesso, please leave it down below and I'll be happy to answer it. Next Saturday we're going to have another video, and it's going to be all about gel mediums and the different types of gel mediums. Alrighty guys, I forgot before I did to show you what gesso looks like when it's dry. So this one is the clear gesso. You can hear that. It's got a tooth to it. It's got like a little texture to it, so it can pick up things and grab them and keep them there. This is the Deco Art. I thought it was thinner, and it is thin. You can almost see through the paper. This is the thick gesso, the Art Pro Art, and it's dry as thick as well. And this is the Dina Wakley, which again I said is in the middle. And this is the black. It dries matte. The black gesso dries matte. So those are them dry. Take care, guys. See you next time. Bye.